Okay, so here's, I think this is day number 3. Yeah, so we're finishing up our project of the sump pump in the window well. It turned out really great. So from the last video number 2, you should have seen that we put the sump basin in the very bottom, well below the footing of the house, and we had to dig that out. That was quite a chore. And then I had to get a sewer sump bin and put it upside down, or invert it, cut the bottom off, and then put that as the top part of the entire sump pit. Now, this is the very top. This I put in here for any kind of water that will come into the window well. Eventually we'll get some covering for that so that no water really does come in here. However, this is plugged right into the top of the lid. We'll dig down right there. You can see the lid of the sump basin. And I have the power cord and the pull for the sump pump, which is attached to the handle and not the guard, coming out of the top with the piping. Now, we do have the check flow. I think we've seen that in the second video. There's a check flow valve underneath the lid, and then I put this pipe fitting and then another one up here, so that if we do need to get into that, we can vacuum this pea gravel out, take these pipes off, take the lid off, and then gain access to the sump pump. But we kind of made it very accessible if you need to egress, because this is an egress window with the ladder there. All you got to do is walk right out and you have no problem. Really nothing in the way. The pipe is out of the way, but in the way. Oh, it just kicked on. And there goes some water. It's been doing that consistently ever since we put it in. However, when we first put it in and pumped down in there, we were pumping out gallons and gallons of water at a time. But now it's down to, every few minutes, I think. So we did drill through the side of the window well, and it's below the level of the outside grade. So we dug a trench and we put these angles in here. It worked out very well. I wish I could say it was very easy. It really was very easy. However, it was very frustrating for the mud, and the water kept coming in when we were trying to dig the pit for the sump pit basin. So now we're at the point where we're filling everything in. We got a little bit of pea gravel there. That actually came out from underneath our French drain, and there was no way I was going to put that back underneath the French drain. So hopefully there's no issues with that in the future. But all of the fill that we could barely see over there, over the window well, we put back in here and put to that level right there where you can see. And now we're putting the gravel that was in the window well right above the French drain for this window well. We're putting it back in. Here we have the pile of it still left to go. Now, I'm gonna take you outside, up the window well, and show you the rest of this. So this is what it looks like. I mean, you can barely tell, other than the white pipe coming out of there, that there's a sump pump in here. Now, I did a whole lot of excavating out here and cleaned this up quite a bit. When we were forcing the water out through we had a straight pipe coming up to the just the level over the window well with a 90 on it, and we were spraying water out and it was draining out. We had a tarp right here, that one right there, with all the dirt that was from the hole. We brought it up in buckets, which was very, very painful in time and effort and physically. So we had the tarp right here, and when we were spraying it out, some of the water got onto the dirt in the tarp and sprayed a little bit of dirt into our river rock here. So I spent the morning cleaning that up. Also, we had basically a cave-in. I had to take all the dirt out of there all the way down below the footing. Well, I thought I could just do a little bit around so I could get the basin down. Well, yeah, if you've ever dug a hole, that's not going to happen. Simply because everything that was around the outside, and because of the water that was coming in from, the yard, came down and collapsed all the dirt. So I had to take all the dirt around here, all the way down to the level of the footing, and then dig, I don't know, it must have been at least 3 foot below the footing for that sump bin. Well, when that happened, the dirt on this side of the window well, probably about 2.5, 3 foot out, started going down, and I had to shovel that out as well. So not only did I have to shovel all the dirt out of here, but the dirt that was, coming down here. Fortunately, there was enough dirt, even with the void of the sump basins. I was able to fill the dirt level there and then fill this back in this morning, tamped it down so it was packed, and then I redistributed some of the river rock and brought that up to the level of what it was before. So did a lot more excavating than I needed to and wanted to, but had to. So there's that. Now, when we dug the trench, we dug it, as you can see, it's kind of upside down here. Let's get it right side up. So we're down to that third indent in that, which is, I don't know, maybe a foot down, maybe a little less than a foot down under the top of the gravel here, the river rock. So we dug a trench straight out, and we had to remove all of this, remove all of the rocks, all of the landscaping materials, dug it all the way down there. But as you can see, there's the natural drain that our original landscapers put in, and they made it so that the water would naturally flow out from the backyard if we got too much in the grass, and it would come down to this point and just flow out this way. Well, it does that. However, we've gotten way too much water this year for the ground to dispel that, and it's absorbing it, and it's coming up through our basement. But not anymore. So now that we've got this natural, I've got to fix this up a little bit, but we put the pipe, you can see some of it there. We're going to have to get some larger river rock to cover this, but here's the 90. So it comes straight out from the window well to here, and then straight out. And what we didn't want to do was have our neighbors flood in the same way, so we didn't just leave it right here so it flowed out to the street. They actually put in, this neighbor here put in a sump pump last year at this exact same time. We didn't have any issues, they did. So this year, I guess it's catching up to us. So we got the pipe and we just brought it out, and we followed it all the way along our property line You can see a little bit of it there. We're gonna have to bury it some more, but we brought it out, and it ends right about here. You can see some of the water that's coming out. So a little bit of water. Got a little bit of water here flowing, and this will just go under the street, and it has been going right out to the street. So most of the people that we have in the neighborhood, sump pumps down the road here, you can see there's a lot of water coming out. You can see where their sump pump is distributing the water from their pump, which is on the west side of their house, the southwest side of their house, and it's just dumping water. But all the way down the street you can see where people have sump pumps, and it just keeps pumping water out. So this is kind of a DIY for sump pump, but I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. No, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. The hardest part was getting the hole dug with all the water that was coming in. So it was kind of an emergency situation. However, we got through it, and if this was a different circumstance where we put it in at the beginning, I'm certain we wouldn't have this issue now. However, we're kind of a do-it-yourself kind of family, and it's been 10 years since we built this house, and we just finally got air conditioning in. So this winter we had our air conditioning put in, and it's actually been really hot this summer, so we're along with all the rain. But anyways, so we're still filling this in, and this should be about it. And if this video was helpful, let me know. If not, if there's something that I could have done better, let me know. And good luck with any future sump pump installations that you may have. All right.